So Matt, you've just attended the Lab Profile Practitioner training, part of our NLP School 2010 program, and I just thought I'd ask you three questions. What are three things that you got out of this course?
Well, I think it's a very useful way of understanding how people structure their thoughts. And then that leads on to it being helpful, I think, in terms of how one can communicate with people. So that's been very useful. Thirdly, I've studied NLP for a while now, and the thing I like about this in particular is that it's very practical. So it's all about the application. So that's been useful for me.
Great. And this sort of practical side, why would you say that's somehow different to what would be sometimes just standard NLP courses?
Well, I think the first thing is the language. It's very much focused on everyday language that you can use yourself and also in conversation with other people. So perhaps if you're discussing people's profiles with them, it gives you that ready-made language to use. As I say, I think it's designed for coaching, which is something that I'm hoping to move into myself in time to come.
Great. So what would you say would be an application of this? How would you be able to apply it to bring some benefit to yourself or others?
Well, at the moment I'm doing a modelling project as part of my NLP work, and I'm seriously considering using this lab profiling method with the person that I'm modelling to try and understand a little bit more about what motivates them and about their beliefs and values.
Great. And outside of NLP, in your sort of day-to-day life with your, I don't know, clients, family, friends, whatever, how would you see this material might be useful? How might you apply it?
Well, like most of us, I get into situations where I'd like to be able to influence the outcome of perhaps a conversation, a discussion, a meeting or whatever. And I think this has been really helpful in giving me some ways that I can try and understand what it is that's likely to be effective in those conversations and how I can perhaps influence the outcome of a conversation.
Could you give a specific example of how you might do this?
Well, I think one example might be the toward and away from pattern, which we learned as part of the lab profile. So by listening to people and hearing the language that they use, whether they're trying to achieve a specific goal or perhaps avoid a specific risk, that will help me then perhaps use similar language in terms of talking to them and explaining what the outcomes of the project might be.
And why would that be beneficial?
Well, as I say, sometimes I get into situations where I'm trying to persuade people to let me take on a particular project, and other times I'm trying to influence the direction of a particular project.
Great. Thank you very much, Matt. That's great.